the brother who sold his Domino's share for a VW Beetle. In 1965, one man traded his ownership in Domino's Pizza for a Volkswagen Beetle. Today, that decision would be worth billions of dollars. And the craziest part? At the time, it probably sounded like a good deal, because back then, Domino's wasn't a global empire. It was just a tiny, struggling pizza shop in Michigan. Two brothers, Tom and James Monahan, bought a small pizza store called Dominic's for around $900. Neither of them were rich. Tom had grown up in orphanages after losing his father as a child. The brothers were trying to survive more than anything else, and honestly, the business wasn't impressive. Small kitchen, tiny operation, barely any money. But pretty quickly problems started. The brothers argued constantly. James didn't really enjoy the business, while Tom became obsessed with trying to make it work. Eventually, James had enough. So he made a deal. He gave Tom his half of the company in exchange for one thing: a Volkswagen Beetle. That was it. No future payments, no royalties, no ownership, just the car. And that decision would eventually become one of the most famous missed opportunities in business history. But here's the important part. At the time, Domino's didn't look valuable at all. It barely looked successful. Tom Monahan now owned the business completely, but he was drowning in debt. And things got even worse. At one point, a fire destroyed one of the stores. Tom didn't even have proper insurance. Imagine trying to build a company while broke, stressed, and suddenly dealing with a burned-down restaurant. Most people would quit. Tom didn't. Instead, he became obsessed with one thing: delivery speed. And this is where Domino's changed everything. Back then, most pizza restaurants focused on dine-in customers. But Tom realized something important. People loved convenience, especially students, especially late at night. So Domino's focused aggressively on delivery. Not fancy restaurants, not expensive interiors, just fast pizza. That sounds normal now, but back then, it was a massive shift. Tom simplified the menu to make orders faster. The stores were designed for efficiency. Everything was built around speed. And then came the move that changed the company forever: franchising. Instead of opening every store himself, Tom let other people open Domino's locations using the same system. That allowed Domino's to grow insanely fast across America. By the 1980s, Domino's stores were appearing everywhere, and the company became famous for one promise: fresh pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less. That slogan became legendary, but it also created huge problems. Drivers started rushing deliveries to hit the deadline. There were lawsuits, car accidents, massive legal issues. Eventually, Domino's had to remove the famous guarantee completely. But by then, the brand was already massive. And while Domino's was growing, the pizza wars became brutal. Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, Papa John's. Everyone wanted dominance. But Domino's had something special. Its system was unbelievably efficient. And this is the part most people miss. Domino's didn't become huge because people thought it was the greatest pizza ever made. It became huge because it was fast, reliable, and everywhere. That's an important business lesson. Sometimes convenience beats quality. When people are hungry at 11 p.m., speed matters. Consistency matters. People want food quickly without thinking too much. Domino's mastered that psychology. But the company still had problems. By the 2000s, Domino's reputation started collapsing. People mocked the pizza constantly online. Some customers genuinely hated it. And then something surprising happened. Instead of pretending everything was fine, Domino's admitted the pizza wasn't good enough. That was risky. Most companies would never publicly criticize themselves publicly. But Domino's launched a campaign basically saying, "Yeah, our pizza needs improvement." Then they changed recipes, improved ingredients, focused heavily on technology and online ordering. And honestly, that move saved the company. Domino's became one of the smartest tech-focused food businesses in the world. They invested early into mobile apps, delivery tracking, online systems, and customer data. While many restaurants were still taking phone orders on paper, Domino's was turning pizza delivery into a technology business. And today, the company operates thousands of stores across the world, all from a tiny pizza shop two brothers bought decades ago. Which brings us back to the Volkswagen Beetle, because that simple trade became one of the most famous business mistakes ever. Imagine swapping billions for a car. But to be fair to James Monaghan, hindsight is easy. Nobody in 1965 could fully see what Domino's would become. At the time, it was just another struggling pizza shop trying to survive. And honestly, that's what makes stories like this interesting. Some of the biggest companies on earth started looking completely ordinary. Tiny shops, small ideas, people with debt and stress. Nothing about early Domino's screamed future global empire. But one smart system changed everything. And somewhere out there, there's probably another tiny business that looks completely normal today, before becoming the next billion-dollar company.